I'm Anastasia, and this is something that helped me. I know every story is different, but I hope that in this you can find something to help you as well. Best of luck.
Have you ever listened to a guided meditation? During long hospital stays, when there's way too much quiet time with nothing at all to do but watch and wait, I have found guided meditations to be so helpful to me. After surgery, Ben's recovery room was loud with so many different machines whirling and beeping and buzzing. When it was time for me to sleep, I had an incredibly hard time blocking out all of this noise and relaxing myself enough to sleep. I love a podcast station called Meditation Station by Stin Hansen, and she has a few meditations that are specifically designed to put you to sleep. Ben needed neurological checks every 30 minutes over the first night, and every time the nurse left the room, I pushed play on the sleep meditation and just tried to close my eyes and drift off before the next exam. Because of course, when she was in the room, I felt like I needed to be awake and aware and alert and noticing what was going on, right? But as soon as she left, I pushed play and I closed my eyes and I took a deep breath and I tried to fall back asleep, at least until she was back in the room. I don't know if you've ever tried this. It really helped me so much. The point of the guided meditation is that I listen intently on what is being said, and I use my imagination to imagine whatever situation they're talking about. It's really helpful in times of stress where I can't do anything to change the stressful situation, but I'm just stuck somewhere, not doing anything, but also needing to release this stress from my life. You know, it's not healthy for our bodies to carry around so much pent-up stress all the time. Of course, there are stressful situations, and it's only natural and human to feel stress in those situations, but it's not healthy to live at a level of super high stress all the time ongoing. And so, anyway, when I'm in these situations, these meditations really help me to let that go, because as I focus on purpose on the guided meditation, then my brain cannot keep worrying around the same stress again. And also, as I focus on purpose on the guided meditation, it allows my brain to relax and finally fall asleep, especially when I listen to the same one over and over and over, like this sleep meditation in the recovery room. My brain already knew what she was going to say next because I had already heard it, 100 times or something. I knew exactly what she was going to say. And so as soon as I was focused in on listening to that, my brain already knew what was coming next, and it felt safe to fall asleep. So anyway, if you've never tried a guided meditation, I would encourage you to check one out. There's probably a million you could find everywhere, but I would recommend on July 19th of 2019, Stin Hansen published a guided meditation called The Calm Sea. It's in the Apple iTunes iPodcast, whatever app. And I think it's really great if you haven't tried one before, because the imagery is really vivid and it's not some vague thing. It's a story about the ocean, and so it's easy to follow along. And anyway, it's just nice. It's great to lay down in a comfortable situation and focus on this story, on this meditation. I also found it is just as wonderful in the hospital, sitting up, when I feel like there's a certain thing I need to be monitoring. I can know in my mind what I'm watching for. A lot of times I'm watching and nothing changes. I'm just watching in case something changes. So anyway, it's perfect for times like that when I'm just sitting and I can't go anywhere and I really can't do anything because I have to be monitoring. But if I only stand there staring, waiting for the bad thing to happen, it creates so much fear and worry about the bad thing in my mind that these guided meditations help me so much. So if anything major happens, I'm right there and available to help. But instead of just watching and worrying, I can focus on the peaceful meditation. So I don't know if you've tried guided meditations or what you've thought of them, if they've ever helped you to relax. I would be interested to hear whether or not you've done guided meditations before. I would ask you to ask yourself if you're open to trying. And if everything's perfect in your life, maybe there's no reason. But if you have some stress and some anxiety, some fear, some worry, if you have any of those feelings that kind of weigh on you, I would encourage you really to be open and just try it. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it again. What'll it hurt, right? But also in the comments here, I think it would be awesome if you shared the most peaceful, calm setting you can imagine. Some of my very favorite guided meditations, that's all it is. It's somebody sharing in excruciating detail every single tiny little fact about a very peaceful, calm setting or peaceful, calm situation where something happens, but something very, very slow happens. And so, anyway, I would love to hear in the comments, in your whole life and all of your experiences, maybe even in your imagination, what is your very favorite, most peaceful, calm setting that you can even remember or imagine or dream of? I'd love to hear it. Thanks for sharing.
It used to really bother me. Every single person would say, I don't know how you do it. And for me, I realized the answer is 1 day at a time, sometimes 1 minute at a time. People would say, I could never do that. Yes, you could, and you will. The journey is long and bumpy, but keep taking those tiny steps, and you can do this. I promise. Whatever is standing in front of you today, you can get through it.